Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you have a wonderful Christmas. I had amazing Christmas Eve day on the 24th. Those of you who are interested to see how it looked like, you can go to my Instagram or to the locals, and you can see the pictures I've posted there with a very special friend of mine and how she prepared the dinner. And I'm so glad that I didn't spend it alone by myself, but in a beautiful family, beautiful house with beautiful people. So today you will have a timestamp again underneath the title of this video when I will start the news. But there's something that I really want to address, and I hope you will not skip through it, but you will listen to it because it holds quite a lot of importance to me. Someone has posted a comment. I woke up this morning and I saw this comment about that there's another channel that is taking my content, not just mine, by the way, and putting it out, you know, to monetize it and pretty much copyright, right? Using this content. Many of you know that guests that I bring on my channel, especially Scott Ritter, is someone who is in a very high demand, very valued, and he is someone who brings a lot of attention. People listen to his knowledge, to his expertise, to his analysts, and people take advantage of it. So you have this channel that is taking the videos. In some videos, what this person does, they just literally take the whole recording. They don't mention where they took it from. And then they bring the face of Scott Ritter because he is the one that brings the views, and that's what people care about, you know. They just care about that, and they post it on the channel. So this channel is called ATM, like the machine, ATM Gamer. And I just want to say I posted the comment under this channel. I actually also, one second, let me pass it over. I also put a claim, you know, because using someone's content without the permission, not cool. And especially if you do it and you don't mention who created this content, who brings this guest, what was the original channel this content was created on. I'm not going to put up with stuff like this. I just want to say up here front, I don't allow any copy paste of my videos. Because if you are so smart, so clever, and you really want to focus just on the money, and you think those are the guests that bring you money, then create this channel, bring this guest, invite Scott Ritter, create the questions, and put your time and energy and do it. So that's what I want to say. I am not allowing things like this, no copying the videos, zero. And especially not using it without the permission. So end of story here. I had to address it because I think it's just, it's very pathetic, very low behavior to me. Copyright overall is something that someone who is not creative enough or not hardworking, I'm not saying I am hardworking, but there is some level of energy and time and effort. Well, I am hardworking, but overall in life, but there is an effort that you have to put into creating videos, and they just don't want to do it. They just want to take someone else's time and energy and use it to monetize because they are driven by money. That's what it is. And money is important, but there are other things that are above importance of money, in my opinion. So with this being said, I want to read you an article that I came across yesterday, and I think it's a great recap to how the situation between Poland and Ukraine has changed, how much Poland has helped Ukraine. This will be mainly focused on the military aspect of it, because as we all know, they are saying over 10 million Ukrainians entered, and about 5 or 6 million, maybe more, stayed in Poland. You know, it fluctuates because they come and go, they move to other countries, etc. But the social support, the level of the social support has been enormous, and not just in Poland, but as far as the number of the immigrants, the refugees. The refugees, Poland is number one. There's no other country in the world that took that many Ukrainians. But here is the article that those of you who are interested, I will highly recommend you to stay with me and go through this because it gives you in a great detail the number of equipment, the level of help from the military standpoint that Poland has provided to Ukraine. Again, we are not the only country, and I would like you to share in the comment section if you know what was the level in your country that went into supporting Ukraine. Can be militarily or can be also, from the social aspect of it, financially, etc. But I want to read this to you. There is a part of this article that you might find, which I did, something that is talking in a way, presenting, again, I am not pro law and justice and I'm not pro the current government. I want to emphasize this again. But this all game going on, now one accusing another of what they have done, before they left, the same what was in US. Trump's fault, everything is Trump's fault or Putin's fault. So now they are showing this in a light as if this reality has been created just by the law and justice, which they are all in cahoots, they are all in this together. I don't believe in any party that is in the Polish parliament at this moment. I actually have not believed in this for a very long time. But going back to the article, because I haven't started yet. So here is the timestamp if you want to start with the news. The title of this article is Unbelievable Help. Have the Ukrainians suddenly forgotten about it? So I click on it and I said to myself, you know what, let's go through this because this might be quite interesting. And it is. Despite good relations with Kiev have cooled. Today it seems that politicians on the Dnieper River forgot about how much Poland has helped Ukraine militarily and what it gave in the critical moments that saved it. The law and justice government has left behind a considerable cooling in relations with Kiev. One of the biggest scandals was the case of Ukrainian grain, the import of which was blocked by the law and justice government. So this is how it's presenting, putting the blame. However, it turned out that it was blocked, but not for the companies of politicians associated with the ruling party. So those who were associating with law and justice, apparently they actually made money, and there was no block on this deal with Ukrainian grain, technical grain, FYI. Another flashpoint was the crisis at the border and protests of transport company workers. In the meantime, there has been a rapprochement between Ukraine and Germany, which has not gone unnoticed by the government. Good PR, this is another part of this article. NATO countries care very much about their image and directly inform us what equipment they provide to Ukraine and when. The Americans and British publish full list, omitting only key secret weapons such as Storm Shadow. In such situations, the aim was to surprise the Russians, which was achieved many times. Only then did the Ukrainians boast about their new weapons. The previous Polish government, let me just put my hand here, it's getting tougher. The previous Polish government, unlike the Allies, was quite enigmatic in informing about the scale and method of assistance. We learn about the equipment that goes to Ukraine thanks to videos published on social media. This is how we know that RAK, this is the name, R-A-K, RAK, self-propelled mortals, is it? Sorry guys, I'm so not military expert, have arrived in Ukraine in recent weeks. However, Polish society most often does not know about it. The previous government neglected this area of information warfare, and lost its image. This is also the result of the information policy published by the government in the country. pursued by government in the country. Apologies, my handwriting. So the Ministry of National Defense did not have a press spokesman. So imagine there is no press spokesman in Polish, in the Ministry of Polish National Defense. So they did not have a press spokesman, and almost all information regarding purchases for the Polish armed forces was classified. So all the moves they were making majority of it was classified. FYI, sidetracking here, including the loans they were taking in order to fulfill those purchases and the future purchases, as you know, the loan from Korea, etc. Meanwhile, the government would have something to be proud of. Now, what did Poland give to Ukraine? This goes now into specifics, so those of you who are military freaks or are very interested in those and the military equipment, which I have no idea about. If I mispronounce, apologies. Let's go through the list. At the key moments of the war, Ukraine received primarily light equipment, handheld anti-tank and anti-aircraft guided missile launchers, and the weapons that the Ukrainians knew how to use. 122 millimeters 2S1 Gwozdika self-propelled howitzers, BM-21, Grad rocket launchers, and T-72 tanks. The Ukrainians could use this quickly because they had known and used it for years. This allowed for quick replenishment of combat losses. It came to the point that the entire 3rd Armed Brigade of the Reserve Corps fighting on the right bank of the Dnieper in the winter of 2022 was equipped, so this entire brigade was equipped with modernized Polish T-72M1 tanks, and its artillery group was equipped with Polish rocket and barrel systems. 350 T-72M1 M1R and PT-91 and Leopard 2A4 tanks were delivered to Ukraine as well. According to the Ukrainian standard, each armed brigade should have 133 vehicles of this type. For mechanized brigades, it is 79 tanks. So you either have to have 132 or 79. The Ukrainians also received approximately 350 to 400 BWP-1, which allowed them to equip 3 complete mechanized brigades, which have 127 infantry fighting vehicles on a full-time basis. To this can be added over 200 S-1 and Krab self-propelled howitzers, about 100 BM-21 and RM-70 missile launchers, and about 60 sets of KUB, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, KUB, KUB, NEVA and OSA, medium and long range anti-aircraft systems. In turn, approximately 100 Rosomak and 24 Raków APCS allowed the Ukrainians to create a complete Jegra brigade. The value of Polish military assistance to Ukraine is already over 3 billion euros, or at least 13.4 billion Polish zloty. This is truly incredible help that cannot be forgotten. Well, cannot be forgotten. However, it seems that the president's administration, so this is mentioning Duda, that president's administration is beginning to forget about this part of the political storm. A surprising coincidence is, I don't believe in coincidences, by the way, if you're interested. There's no such a thing. A surprising coincidence that the grain crisis intensified inspections by the Ukrainian border guards and protests coincide with Poland's limiting the scale of deliveries of heavy equipment. It didn't happen out of malice. Poland transferred almost all its mobilization supplies and its arms warehouses to Ukraine, basically 40% of it. So this is the article. I want to say, first of all, big apologies to those of you who are very savvy in military topics, and I mispronounce many of those equipments, which I don't know. But what I want to say here is this. I think, after reading this article, that this whole Muppet show now going on here in Poland, and it's just not in Poland, but I can speak for this country since I am here at this point, at this moment. This is again to distract us from other things. So, how they blew the money, how they mismanaged the money, how did they help, on what scale they helped, and they create other things, like I say, look over there, not over there. So other topics were pushed aside because they don't want people to, to protest. Well, Polish people protest, to be honest, I don't think. But that's how it looks like. This is the scale of help from the military standpoint that Poland has provided to Ukraine. And I would like to know from you, in your country, if you have some knowledge or awareness, or you would like to add your few cents, what level of help has been provided so far to Ukraine, and how your country has suffered because of this. Started to rain, guys, so I'm gonna end this video. I want to say thank you so much for watching, for hitting this like. It helps the channel a lot, since I don't copy paste other people's videos. Yes, sarcastic but true. Subscribe if you haven't already, it helps me a lot as well. Join my mailing list just to stay in touch. You can definitely join me on Locals, that would be great. If you want to support my work, you can do it by becoming a supporter on Locals or buying me a coffee. All this money that is extra now on this coffee page will still go to China. And yeah, what else? Instagram. You can see my travels, and that's all. Lots of love, everyone. Remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. I almost forgot. The link to this article is down below the video. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.